Good. Appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this is LMTDETMFFR, or, say it with me now, late time? No, only limited time off for no vowels. I can't work it into something else, unfortunately. And how are you this appropriate time of the day? I am doing. Oh my god, I'm running so late. What the hell is going on? Why am I so. Yeah. Yes, well, let's just say that decided late time opening no vamping. Yes, that would be a good one. Doesn't quite fit in with what I said, but that is appropriate. Yes, 9 o'clock, my time. That'll be plenty of time to shave before I have to get started on streaming. Nope, nope, it isn't. And you're not even going to see the results right now, are you? Because we're going to go over to Sherlock Holmes and not aliens. So, no need for my face today. Time for an entirely different face. The face of crime. Let us get on that and stop it immediately. Yoink. Are you seeing Sherlock Holmes' face? You are, but you're not hearing his face. There, now you're hearing his face as well. And that's not Sherlock Holmes' face, that's Watson's face. Now, we must have been wanting to do something. But I'll be damned if I can remember.
Let's return to the boarding house.
There we go, to the boarding house. Thank you for telling me, Watson, in Sherlock's voice. The boarding house is in Whitechapel. London Hospital. Boarding house. Let's see if Dr. Tumblety is here, or if anything else is going on. Well, we can go out into the point and click view for this. Oh!
He is here. The doctor is here, up in his room. Peeking through my door, I saw him go up the stairs, and I think that he has a pistol.
Regarding the trunk, did you do what I told you to?
Yes, I jammed the lock and filled the trunk with stones. Should we call the police?
Absolutely not. Go home, lock your doors, and if you hear a gunshot, shout as loudly as you can. Watson, we must disarm this man at all costs before attempting to confront him. Come, have your pistol at the ready and stay alert.
Well... Oh, and you've disappeared. Alright, we're straight into the action today. Now, Holmes, are you going to get shot by knocking on the door? I'm just going to go over there and try and open the door, because, you know, why wouldn't you do that when you've been told that there's a person here?
Don't move a muscle or I shoot.
Who? But what is going on?
Bravo, Watson.
You
I take
sound
back everything I
American.
ever said about your less than full involvement in our investigations.
Listen, Mr. Policeman. I already told everything to your colleagues at the station, so...
Don't you believe it, sir. We're not with the police. We are here to talk about human organs, an area in which you seem to have a great deal of interest.
What?
American.
But who
exactly.
are you?
We are the ones holding the pistol. Listen, Tumblety, tell us everything you know and you will be spared from the noose or a bullet. Have you tried to get hold of any female genitalia from someone during these past months?
Ooh!
So that's it.
Could it, the
You
Ripper be
English.
trying to supply you for
Listen,
money?
As it
I don't think so.
happens, I do have a collection of female genital organs which I hold dear and never miss the chance to show my friends whatever the occasion. If you knew what I feel when my eyes meet the young men's as they contemplate with astonishment and disgust this soft and flabby skin that they worship and place at the center of all their passions.
Wow.
Women repulse
Watson,
me, gentlemen.
you're
They are one of nature's greatest mistakes.
weird.
Lying, haughty,
I mean,
and
that
most of all,
gun hovering
nauseating.
and wobbling around all over
No,
the place.
sirs. Men, mankind, we are not made to soil ourselves with such animals, and it is my task to educate my peers, like the ancient Greeks used to do, and put them on the path to masculine relationships. the only kind worthy of our intelligence.
My God, this man has lost his marbles, Holmes.
You haven't answered my question. Did you attempt to obtain any female organs?
Indeed, but a long time ago. I was living in Liverpool at the time. A few of my specimens were starting to lose their freshness.
He's a joker,
But despite
maybe.
the sum proposed, the heads of the university hospitals refused to accede to my demands. The fear of what others would say, certainly. I know nothing more similar to an arrogant fowl than an English doctor. Yakety yak, always showing off in the courtyard with their haughty airs. And as soon as...
Shut it, Tumblety. So, was it you who killed all of these women? Yes or no?
I regret to say that it was not. If I had really wanted a few more uteri, I would have had them brought in from the United States, where it would cost me much less than here. Or I would have shown a few gold coins in the hallways of a morgue or a hospital in London, and they would have kissed my feet to sell them to me. And not taken the least risk. But kidneys are all the latest, aren't they? I think that I could find one tomorrow for less than £1. In short, gentlemen, I do not know your killer, and I don't know why he's doing that. But if you come across him one day, please send him my friendship and my deepest respect.
You've gone too far this time.
Yeah, you're
Come,
being
Watson,
held at
let's not
gunpoint.
get carried away
Kind of
now.
gunpoint.
Thank you for your assistance, Doctor. If I may offer some advice, you should leave England as soon as possible. Each day that you remain in this country is a risk that an intelligent man would not take.
My pistol?
Without that, it will be even more risky.
Can we believe this man, Holmes?
Wow,
We
what a
can't rule the murder,
confrontation.
and his story regarding the organs fits, but we can't afford to take the slightest risk. I will ask the Baker Street irregulars to follow him. Listen, lads, when Tumblety leaves here, follow him discreetly and come and tell me as early as possible tomorrow where he is currently residing. Understood?
Understood, Captain.
Ah, Capman. Even better.
You are already ready, Holmes. What is going on?
I have been waiting for you for at least an hour, Watson. It would appear that a new drama has unfolded. The youngsters came to give me this address, but I have some doubt as to the actual location we are going to. Let's try anyway. At worst, we may come across the Baker Street irregulars to put us in the right direction.
Well, that was weird. Loading, unloading.
We are lost, Holmes.
No, we're not, Watson. We are heading for the very street I'd hoped for, but as I wasn't sure it was this one, I've made a few big detours in order to find the right one. I'll know it when I see the name.
Why, of course, Holmes. Why didn't I think of that? The great Sherlock Holmes can't...
Can't what? What can't the great Sherlock Holmes do? Can't get lost? Can't read a simple street sign? Can't rely on maps to get where he is going? Finish a sentence? Move unless I click the cursor? Stop asking questions? He just can't. He can't even. Yeah. Alright, can't go back the way he came.
I have no reason to go that way.
Yep, see, you can't do that. Oh, Watson, what have you got to say about this? Oh, I see. I see. Watson can go beyond where we can't go. Well, that's just not fair, is it?
I have no reason to go that way.
Watson was able to go further than that. Oh, never mind. What
What
have you
shall
got
we
to
do,
say about
Holmes?
this? What shall we do, Holmes? We shall look around for a street sign. Or something. We're going to go into first person view. Hello, Watson. Oh, look. There's a person you can talk to and say, "Excuse me. Where are we oh.
How are you, my friend? Are you not feeling well?
No.
My friend is a doctor. He can take care of you.
Stop!
Don't go there. He came here, and he...
Oh!
Now, Watson, take care of him.
So we're saying that we are discovering the fifth and final victim. As far as the world knows. Alright, okay. Oh, no. Huh. Well, I don't know why we built a thing where the stones warped and went down like that, but, you know, that's impressive engineering that we apparently had in the late 19th century. Alright.
Nothing of interest here.
What? What did I miss? Oh? What's... Oh. Is she in here? Ah. Oh. I mean, this is the first...
My God!
What happened?
Can't talk. Wait for the coppers. Are they coming? My eyes are crying.
That's the first
No.
victim
Go
I
find
see.
them too, mister. I'll stay here and keep an eye out. Go!
No, I must await my friend. Ah, here he is.
Watson, are you there? How are you?
Fine, Holmes, and you? What happened?
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Where
How
are we,
chipper I
Watson?
sound.
In Whitechapel, Holmes. This must be Dorset Street. You don't seem very well. Do you need something?
Indeed, Watson. Some clay, a great big piece of clay. I would ask for some wine, too, but as you know, I taste nothing but melodrama.
What is over there?
A trip from which you will never return, Watson. Trust me, don't go there.
A trip? Behind this door? In this room?
It's not strictly a door, it's more of a portal, a threshold, and what lies behind it is not the mortal realm, Watson. It is a place beyond time and space, the gift of a frantic artist who made use of his talent in order to grant us access to his world, Watson. Beyond that threshold is an abyss. Hell. The police won't take long to arrive, and the last thing I want is to waste precious time on them. Could you lead me out of this area and take me home?
So are we just going back to Baker Street now? At this time of day, in this part of the kitchen, located entirely behind that portal. Yes. Can I see it? Oh. You would go mad, Watson. Mad! You would start talking in long-winded sentences, and then people would barely understand what you were getting at. Unless, of course, they had a superior intellect like mine, not like that of a lowly doctor's who only partly understands the point of this investigation. Alright, well, I guess we had all of those loading times just so that we could see that and then walk out
I have
again.
no reason to go that way.
No? So are we actually looking for clay? Or, no, am I just transporting myself back to Baker Street? Is that what I'm meant to be doing now? Yes. Alright, okay. Yes, that was silly of me for thinking that going away. Oh! Okay. And now you have built a woman of clay.
You should come and eat, Holmes. Mrs. Hudson has worked wonders. The joint has been cooked medium rare. If only you would tell me what was in the courtyard.
The answer, Watson.
The answer, Holmes?
Yes, the answer to a question that you asked me a few weeks ago.
And how the devil can the answer to a question I asked you be found in that courtyard? And what question are you referring to, Holmes?
How
Wow.
our killer set about reaching
Impressive.
the height of horror
Talking
by taking
and
another
drinking.
victim, Watson. Did I not tell you that I wanted to avoid melodrama?
Do you mean to
He
say
was
that-
eating breakfast.
Yes,
Why
that's
did
what
you
was
tell
in
him?
that room.
Ugh.
You helped towards the colour. All that's missing is the odour, but I shall let that pass. The mutilations almost all resulted in large removals of flesh. My photographic memory noted them all in great detail, the shape, size and location, and thanks to the softness of this clay and your medical knowledge, I believe we can attempt to determine what is missing from this lady.
Don't you think we should wait for the medical examiner's opinion?
Surely not, Watson. This massacre has gone on long enough. I can assure you that I will do everything in my power to get our hands on Jack the Ripper before this night is out.
So, did the Baker Street irregulars see what was in that room? Did they not follow Dr. Tumblety? Were they doing something else? Or is this a different set of Baker Street irregulars who were not tasked with that, who just happened to stumble across it? Anyway. Alright, let us look at the wine-stained lady and see what is missing.
Watson, we shall reconstruct the body of this poor woman and inspect it in detail as well. Your help as a medical man will be invaluable.
Holmes, I feel a bit unwell.
Well, I understand. I will manage on my own. Her throat was slit just like the others. The wound is particularly deep.
God damn, Holmes. What are you doing recreating this? This happened in that portal. We had a representation of it in Pixel Glory, and now we have a representation in... Can I... Oh, I have to pick it up with the tweezers, do I? Alright, because... No, that one?
There were incisions in the rib.
Oh. Well, no, I don't want the moth. Alright. Do I pull those? No, okay. So that first. And then a kidney on top.
The liver was neatly removed.
Oh. Oh, there's a kidney. Oh, that's a spleen. Alright, okay. Oh, there's the kidney.
An organ is missing, apparently. I must specify which organ this is on my list.
Tick, 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 tick. Heart. The heart is missing. This is... You know... This is... Why did I green tick it like all the other... Oh, now it's a red tick. Fine.
There we are, Watson. We have examined everything. The heart is the only thing missing.
Are you
2 uterines,
kidding
a kidney,
me?
and now a heart. He had all the time he wanted in which to disfigure
Holmes
her,
could not
cut her up
notice
like
there
a
was
piece
no
of meat,
heart
and yet took
when he was
nothing but
building
the
the
heart.
woman out of clay.
What do you think of that, Watson? Watson?
Yes. Indeed, many people would say he doesn't have one at all.
What? Ha.
I dread to think
Well,
how he'd
there's the
react
sound
if
of
he
a
saw
person who has
corpse.
never
I
pretended to
returned
have a
Whitechapel,
sick day when they
Watson,
were a
to
kid and
Isaac's.
didn't want to
If
go
the
to
heart
school.
tells you to come with me, if the heart tells you a little wordplay there.
You have cracked, Holmes.
Let's go to the cobblers.
Let's go to the cobblers. What cobblers? Did we encounter a shoemaker before and I have forgotten it? I guess it must be... Oh no, hang on. Constant Street, Imperial Club. Escort. Alright, so there must be a cobblers here that I don't remember. Oh, where we got the prosthetics from. Okay, yes, indeed, you are a cobblers, aren't you? Alright, what a load of cobblers. Indeed.
Let's go to the cobblers.
The cobblers we are standing right outside of. Oh, there's no Watson. Alright, looks like Sherlock Holmes will confront the Ripper all on his own. I mean, this is not the Ripper.
Beep, beep.
But there is Mr. Beep Beep.
Evening, Mr. Holmes.
Good evening, Hardyman. Has Abraham Solomonovich still not reopened his shop?
No, not that I know of.
Get
Have you
ourselves
heard
some
anything about the
shoes.
latest
Indeed.
murder?
Certainly there is talk of nothing else. Poor girl. I hope they catch the bastard who did it.
Who do you think that could be?
A madman, that's for sure. Everyone in the area is pinning it on a Jew. But I don't believe that for a second.
Why?
Because Jews don't like blood, you see. They're not allowed to eat it, and they have to drain the meat before cooking it. It's true that they eat animals, but they are fanatical about all kinds of silly things. I don't know much about their rituals and all, but I know that a Jewish butcher can't just do whatever he pleases with his knife. He has strict kosher rules to follow.
You seem to be very well informed.
Well, I buy my meat from them too. My clients don't care whether the meat comes from Jews or not. Cats eat it regardless. And let me tell you, I'd go as far as to say that I may even have more faith in a Jew, because even if they don't eat all the offals, a Jew inspects them to see if the animal was in good health. Lungs, for the most part, and as they make up most of my cat's meat, you can see the connection, right?
I hadn't really noticed that, Solomonovich. Stumbling over the name. But maybe. I don't particularly want to replay it to find out. I mean, do you think someone who is cutting up women in that sort of manner is, you know, strictly adhering to their own God's code, if they had one before this? Because I find it slightly unlikely that you can say it wasn't the Jewish because, you know, their God commands them not to do things with blood. I'm pretty sure their God commands them not to do things about cutting up women as well. But, you know, you pick and choose from your own book most of the time. That's how it works. Jews eat offals. Do they? Or are we confronting you with some sort of knowledge?
Jews are allowed to eat offals?
Oh, yes. They eat calves' kidneys, I think.
How big is that? A calf's kidney?
Ah, well, that depends if it's fresh or if it's been marinated in brine or cooked.
When fresh, are they as big as a human kidney?
They would be, yes.
You know, Mr. Hardyman, it's lucky for both of us that the murder that took place in your mother's courtyard was only the Whitechapel killer's third. Had it been the first, I wouldn't be thanking you as I'm doing now for all of this important information. Goodbye and take care.
If you say so. Right, farewell, Mr. Holmes.
Let's go to the cobbler's.
Yes, I thought offal and offal were the plurals. Let's go to the what? What did you say? I missed that. And where's Mr. Beep Beep gone? He disappeared mysteriously. Hello, gentlemen.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
You too? You're lost?
Well, yes, in that I didn't hear where I needed to go. Can you tell? Oh, my dialogue might tell me. You say right first, so no. Notes. We discovered the ward of Old Gate. Nope. Well, let's wander around aimlessly until we find somewhere. It is in here. Or is it not in here and I've accidentally Well, let's see.
Good evening, Mr. Solomonovich.
Evening, Mr. Holmes. If you've come about the business with my cousin, I hate to say...
Hey there, Mr. Gobbler, do you eat offal? Let me just come and ask you this question. Said to go to the cobblers. Thank you very much for working that out for me. Somehow I managed to stumble into that by mistake. You know, it's weird because I could have sworn that when I tried the cobblers, not, a minute or so ago, it was closed. Had they made sounds of somebody opening their store or having a person shout out, "Cobblers! Cobblers are now open!" then I might have had more direction to
Before
go
you
there.
respond to my request, I must ask you to answer this question of the utmost importance. What offals are Jews allowed to eat?
Well, the same as you.
Kidney, heart, liver?
Yes.
How are they prepared?
Kidneys are boiled, heart is often finely sliced and cooked on a skewer, and liver is always grilled.
These offals, do they come from cattle?
Yes, beef or veal.
And
Oh,
eating
wow.
non-kosher food would be a grave affair for a Jew, isn't that right?
Yes, it would be very serious. But what are you getting at?
Alright, tell me about the Aldgate Butcher who you work with, etc.
If I were to tell you what I'm thinking, Mr. Solomonovich, you would pull out your own eardrums to not hear the end of my sentence. It goes against the beliefs of hundreds of members of your community, and for some, perhaps even worse. I will ask you one last time before involving the authorities, who I assure you will be far less discreet than myself. Do you know who the second Joseph is, the Aldgate Butcher, who your cousin knows from the Imperial Club?
His name is Joseph Hyam Levy, but I don't know where he lives. I know nothing about him, other than he's a member of the Imperial Club on Duke Street.
That street is after Church Passage, coming from Mitre Square. Am I right?
That's it.
Thank you. You have been an enormous help to both of us. Now, listen carefully. I need you to find 4 or 5 strong men among the members of your family who you trust wholeheartedly, and to wait here with them until my arrival, or you receive a message from me. Is that clear?
But if you will tell me...
Later, Mr. Solomonovich. Later. Let's go to the Imperial Club.
So are we saying that this Jewish butcher has been butchering women and then passing them off as meat that he can sell in order to purify Jewish people who eat at his shop when he is Jewish? That sounds... Ward of Aldgate. Oh, this is... Okay. This is what they're calling the ward. Right, that area. Fine. That... Exactly. So is he eating them himself? Oh. Let's find out
There's
what
the
he's talking
Imperial
about.
Club. Let's see if I can find Joseph Hyam Levy.
Well, he's not in this window. He's not in this window. Let's try knocking on the door. Oh, okay,
Hello,
let's
sir.
just try
Hello.
walking in.
Can I help you, sir?
Indeed, I have an urgent message for Mr. Joseph Levy, the Aldgate Butcher.
I regret, sir, but Mr. Levy is not at the club at present. You can wait for him if you wish.
I thank you. Do you know where I can find him? His home address, perhaps? It is a very urgent matter.
I am sorry, sir, but we do not give out information regarding the club members to people outside the group.
I understand. I must find a way to enter the Imperial Club without having to go through the entrance hall.
What are they doing in there? Are they banging their cups against the table repeatedly? Imperial Club. Alright, they're writing... Is that French? I think it is. No one really knows why Jack checked the organ, so any speculation by this game is purely speculation, considering their entire artistic history. Indeed. Yes, nobody knows why it was done, because the person was never caught, so you can never ask him. Now, this is in English. Interesting that the other one was in French, but anyway. Today, Friday, November 9th, 1888, 9 p.m, the informational meeting. Naturalization. How to become a citizen of Her Majesty. A process and its implications. Club members' actions. 10 p.m, open evening with musical accompaniment. Classical and traditional piece. Mr. Bloom, piano. Mr. Schultz, violin. Administration will be closed all day. Alright, thanks. Not sure why that was important. I guess it's something to do with the date, or the fact that it's written in French here and then in English in your inventory. Have we found magical transforming paper? Can I ask you a question?
Anything else, sir?
Can I ask you about... No, that's not a item that I can pick up. Oh, a broken coat hanger. I am sure Sherlock knows why that will be. Exactly. It will come in handy for some reason. Oh, and some papers over here as well. And yeah, this is written in French as well.
A note encouraging members of the Jewish community to remain prudent and vigilant after rumours about the Whitechapel murders.
Chief Rabbi's reminder. The Whitechapel murders weigh on our community heavily. Consequently, an exemplary conduct must be shown now more than ever, as well as increased vigilance. Jewish establishments, such as synagogues, shops, and clubs, are likely to become targets. All incidents must be stifled as much as possible. You're going to say no, aren't you? No, that was the way back out again. Let me back in. I'm sorry, I hadn't finished exploring. I wanted to explore over here. No? Alright, I had finished exploring. Please excuse me. Oh, let me
Judging
try
by the
that.
sound of voices and applause, there is a meeting going on at this very moment. I'll have to be very cautious.
Is that what that's
Pardon
meant
me,
to
sir, but the
be?
club is only open to members.
I must
Is that
find
meant
a way
to
to
be
enter the
applause,
Imperial
is it?
Club without having to go through the
Wow,
entrance
okay.
hall.
I am very glad that what we are not doing is attempting to dress up. That would be...
Cole, it's a service door and
offensive.
firmly locked. There must be a stock room in the cellar beneath this room.
No, so
There's
just...
a cellar window behind this barrel, which is preventing me from passing. If I can just get into the coal cellar, I shall be in the place.
So why not move the barrel, Holmes?
This barrel is on a wooden pallet, but it is too heavy to be moved. I will need a pivot.
Well, I don't think you're a pivot, but I'm going to try and use you anyway, because it's the only thing
I
I've
will
picked
need
up
a
so far.
pivot.
Nope, good. Alright. Hello, chair. Can I sit on you? Nope. Rubbish. No? I mean,
I have no reason to go that way.
aside from those boards there that I was trying to look at, I guess what I'm looking for is some sort of thin metal pole. Can I open up this? I presume that was meant to be a doorway. No? Right behind me. How fortunate. That is lying down in the street right there.
I will need a pivot.
Is that not a pivot? I mean, I have absolutely no reason to think that that will do anything. Nope, fine.
I will need a pivot.
Alright, can't do it like that. Missed anything? Yes, I thought I came over here and grabbed this already, did I not? Are you gonna
There we are. My pivot is in place. Now, let's find something to tip over this barrel.
Alright, I was misunderstanding what they meant by pivot there. They wanted a thing on which I can... This is the lever that they wanted.
I should be able to make it tip over.
Exactly. Do so then, Holmes. Or does it give me a lever long enough and I will tip over the world? Something like that.
Closed. The cellar window is locked from the inside by a simple iron hook.
Well, then I know what that is for then. Why did you not come out with your own lockpicking tools? Or, I suppose you didn't know you were going to be breaking and entering.
Let's go. Good. Let's try to find the exit that leads to the club.
Could it be this? Seeing as it is the only exit out of the room?
I have no reason to go that way.
I mean... Yes, you do. Oh, I am very surprised. Those items, which are, you know, animated in a different way from the rest of them, are not to be picked up. Yeah, Archimedes. That sounds about right with the non-quote that I was giving. Why can I not pick up these differently animated items? You throw me. Alright, well here's a key.
This may come in handy.
Where's... I can't read where it's to. An opened tin of presumably some sort of beans or something? I mean, it could be anything actually in this.
Closed.
Are you telling me that is the puzzle? Pick up key from here. Walk over and put key in door.
Closed.
No! It's not? So it's to open that door instead. Okay. I mean, that is just as bad.
No, that's not a good idea. The watchman is still there. I must find a way to get him to leave his post.
Why? Are you not in the club?
The kitchen. It's closed, and besides, I won't find what I'm looking for in there. Administration. Perfect. This must be where the information on club members is kept.
Oh, just
Let's
this
hope
one
that
then.
it really is the key to this door. Administration. Perfect. This must be where the information on club members is kept.
Alright, okay, I was slightly off with my key must go in the door. So the key must go in the door beyond the door. Alright, okay. Wow, what a puzzle. Oh, let's not mess with the religious iconography. Have we got a...
Some square metal tokens. Curious. There is a
okay.
document.
Oh. Sir, I wanted to let you know that if your club needed kosher meat, when you have any special functions, I would be available to finish it for you. Guaranteed by a compliant abattoir. It will be delivered directly to your society at a time that is convenient. Reasonable prices. Do not hesitate to call upon my services. Jacob Levy. Refused on advice of Joseph Hyam Levy. So Jacob Levy and Joseph Hyam Levy. So his brother? Cousin?
There must have been litigation between Joseph Hyam Levy and Jacob Levy.
Okay, so that's where the squares are meant to be used, but let's see what the book says first
A
of all.
page from an old Yiddish English dictionary. Court's proceedings. Curious.
There we go. New Court, Tuesday, April 6th, 1886, before Mr. Recorder. 419. Morris Phillips, 30. Moss Wolf, 16. And Jacob Levy, 30. Stealing 14 pound of meat of Hyman Sampson, the masters of Philip and Wolf. Mr. Clure prosecuted. Mr. Moister appeared for Phillips, Mr. Black for Wolfe, and Mr. George Griffin for Levy. Samuel Bacon, City Policeman 941. Really? You're going to put Bacon in a Jewish case? Alright, fine. I received information from my inspector, or on the 10th March at 6:15:18, I was watching the prosecutor's shop. Phillips came up to the door and knocked, got answers, and went away. 2 minutes afterwards, Levy came out, had a shop door, which is next door. A post divides them. Oh, which is next door, a post divides them. He knocked at Mr. Sampson's door and went back in at his own door. Came out again in a minute or two, unscrewed the bolt of his shutter bar, and then looked around and knocked at Mr. Sampson's door again. There being no answer, he went down the street 10 or 12 yards to the corner of Stony Lane. Phillips joined them. I'm sorry that the ambient audio threw you. Anyway, Phillips joined them. They conversed and went back to Mr. Sampson's door. Phillips knocked, and Levy went in at his own door. The door was opened. Phillips went in and turned up the gas. Levy came out of his shop and went to Mr. Sampson's shop, where he had a conversation with Phillips. He came back in about a minute and went into his own shop, where I saw Wolfe. He brought a piece of meat from the back of the shop to the door, and hung it on a hook inside the door. I then came out on the footway, looked around, took the meat off the hook, and took it quickly in at Lewis's door, and gave it to Lewis. He then returned to Sampson's shops. I ran into Levy's shop, caught hold firm of him, the meat in his hand, and asked him what he was going to do with it. He said, "We are only having a lark. I am going to weigh it." I said I did not believe it. I should take him to Mr. Sampson, which I did, and then took him to the station, where he repeated that it was only a lark. I found 32L, 10 shillings 9d. I don't know that we've represented pounds by L. I mean, LB is weight for pounds. But anyway, alright, 32L, 10 shillings 9 pence in his pocket. It was 14 pounds of beef, there's the LB. I had been watching since 5:15. It was perfectly light outside at 6:15, but not inside Levy's shop, there being no gas. Cross-examination by Mr. Black. I was in some buildings opposite, lying among some bricks and rubbish, but not within hearing distance. Could not see who opened the door, as the shutters were not down. Phillips turned the gas up afterwards. We were both in plain clothes. Wolfe sleeps on the premises. James Jones, City Policeman 935. I was with Bacon. I would like to be with Bacon. Anyway, I have heard his evidence and corroborate it. I went into Sampson's shop and saw Phillips and Wolfe. I told them I was a police officer and should take them in custody for stealing a piece of beef. Phillips said, "I know nothing about it. I came from the back of the shop." Wolfe said, "I know nothing about it." I took them to the station. L is pound, where L is used as the alternative to the pound sign. Well, there we go. I have learned something today. I did not think we used L as to represent pound, but there we go. Now we do know something. Cross-examined by Mr. Black. Wolfe did not say, "I know nothing about it." I correct myself. He made no reply. Cross-examined by Mr. Georgefan. Exactly 32 litres of meat. No, it was of money. 32 litres of money. Liquid gold. I did not go into Levy's shop, nor did I see in, as the shutters were up. There may have been a quantity of meat in the background. Hyman Sampson. I am a butcher of 35 Middlesex Street. Phillips and Wolfe were my servants. Phillips, about 3 months, and Wolfe, about 2 or 2.5 years. I had spoken to the police. On 10th March, about 5 o'clock, I went to market. I was sent for, and came back and found 3 prisoners in custody. The policeman asked Levy what he intended to do with it. He said that the boy brought it in for a lark, and then said, "Mr. Sampson, you're not going to do anything with me." The meat was worth 7 shillings. Cross-examination by Mr. Moister. Philip slept at the shop on Wednesday and Thursday this week. Wednesday morning, he would sleep away from the shop on Tuesday nights. Cross-examination by Mr. Black. I had discharged Wolf once, and took him back again. I had a place in Goldston Street for 19 years. I know Binwell, a butcher. I took Wolf from his employment. I never asked for a character. That's a character reference. He was only a little boy. I have never found fault with him before. Cross-examined by Mr. Georgiafan. He was there before I came. He has not taken customers from me. I have no animosity against him. I have met him out of business hours. This is not the best meat at 60 a pound. 6 pennies a pound. I have some at 11 pennies. Levi has now chaffed me and said that his meat was better than mine. He buys from the same killer as I do. I sell more expensive meat than he does, but there has been no joking about it. Nor did we ever bet about it. The Jewish authorities will not give a man a license unless he has an excellent character. I have accused my wife of robbing me. I did not find out that she had a separate banking account. I did not accuse her before Phillips came into my service. I may have said at the police court that I accused her 12 months ago. I have not said that if Levy would leave his shop, I would not carry on the prosecution against him. I would not let him off for £10,000. See, there's a pound sign. We examined at 6:15. My 5 employees were on the premises. Levi receives a good character. Phillips not guilty. Wolf guilty. Recommended to mercy by the jury. 4 months hard labour. Levi guilty of receiving 12 months hard labour. Well, there we go. That is a thing. Now, let us solve this puzzle.
This must be the club's safe. What I'm looking for is probably inside. I need something.
Indeed, you need
This must be the club's safe. What I'm looking for is probably inside. The lock on this chest is very sophisticated. Let's see.
It's not sophisticated, it's just a puzzle lock. Alright, okay, I thought it was numbers, but no, it is letters. So, what we are looking for is, like, we put that there, and then I guess they would have to match up, like that. And then you would have to find something where that symbol is on the side as well, like that. Then you would have to find something where we have what I'm going to call a pi and an N. Okay, so that cannot be right. Have we got another S-type symbol on the side? No, so that cannot be right. Have we got any other P's at the bottom? No, so that one cannot go in the middle. Alright, let's do this one. N, N, N. So that one could go in 2 places. So we're looking, have we got one at the top? Yes, okay, so this could potentially be it. And have we got a P at the side? If we do, that is the only one that it can be. So, if this is correct. 12 months hard labour. Oh, indeed. Alright, okay, then we've got these 2. Alright. Oh, and I do not know what these symbols are, I'm afraid. So I would call that a tree. Alright. Okay. So looking at this, there is no tree on the bottom at all. So it cannot go in the middle, and it cannot go on the bottom, because nothing would connect up to it. So this one must go somewhere on the top. And as we have seen, that is the only P on the side. So that one cannot be the middle. Alright, let's look at... Have we got any... Yes, that could go there. That one could also go there. Have we got anything else at the top? We've got a P at the bottom, so that one could go in either place. We have that, so that could go at the top. If that has to go there, then we're looking for a P on the side. There's only one P on the side, so that is you. Then we have 2 ends. Okay, well, thank you for telling me. I have no context for that. I mean, I have not studied Jewish culture at all. It is just not a thing that occurs in English education, or did not under my learnings. Alright, okay, if we do this here, because there are only two, then we would be looking for one of those on the side, which would have to be that, which would go there, but those two don't match up. So that and that cannot be it. So it must be this one. You know, providing you're meant to match the symbols, which I assume it is. Poof. Alright. So then we are looking for that one. That is... no, there are two it could be. Let's move these. Can I move you around? No? You can't go anywhere but where you go. Alright, because this could either be that one or that one. No, it can't be that one. It has to be that one because it has to match up. Like that. Alright, so if we have an N on the side, that is you there. Then we have an N at the top. Nope. My logic is obviously not sound. I must have messed up somewhere. Oh. Okay. Well, if we assume that is correct, because it can't not be, then I just had it in the wrong place to move along one, I guess. Alpha is the first letter. Not being able to move them will make giving you the solution. Should you want it a lot easier? Yes, it would do. Thank you for the offering. Right, it can't be that one. It has to be that one again. So yes, so that matches up like that, but it just means it's on the side. Alright, so I think we have the middle now. Alright, if we look at these two, what I am going to call pi, which is not. So that would be pi, and that would be n on the side, so we would have to have n crown, but we can't. Oh, well, we've only got one crown thing. On upside down musical notes. I don't need the solution, I'll get it fine. Well, I hope so. That has to go there because that matches those two. Then we've got that, which is the only one that can be. Then we've got a P thing. Alf. There we go. Does that work?
Elementary.
Yes, indeed. Lemon entry. I should have smeared lemons all over the lock. That would have made that joke so much better.
I need something.
What? What on earth do you need? Do you need to put the book in there, do you?
These documents contain some words in Yiddish, which reads from right to left.
Ah, we know from Kabbalah the power of geometry. That enables us to count everything in the world, seen and unseen. Thus we know that Lester counts as 439, and he is blessed, because 439 is also, which means a man of God. Hey Joseph, I did counting of the names of our club members, which is as follows. Mr. Bath is 403. Bet, Alf, Thor, okay. Mr. Hammer's 356. H-A-M-M-A-N-R, okay, so you've got no E sounding, which you make it with an A and an I. Sincerely yours. Please tell Mr. Mural that provided his name is spelled as he is 346. Alright. So... are we looking for Joseph Levy, are we? Can I... right. So what, I can place these in places? I don't know what I can do by taking these out. Okay, so There's no E, so what we're looking for is an AI. Place them at the slots at the top of the book. Oh, okay. So that is 6. B, C, D, E, F. So like that? Is that one wrong? Yes. I presume it is wrong. Green if correct. Awesome. I'm glad these books light up. What amazing technology they had back in the Victorian era to make books light up when you put the wrong letters in there. Right, I mean, the ALF. Is that right? Yes, because that is 1. Alright, so then we have that symbol, which is 2, which I would presume was B? Alright, then we have that, which is 5, which I assume is E. Did I just... No. But that's a 5, right? So H is 5. Alright, I've done that wrong then. There we go. Then I have that, which means 6. 2, 1, 4. Here's 3, 4, 6. Okay, so something there probably matches 6. M-U-R-E-L. Presuming we're doing direct translations, then E is 6. Nope. Okay. Well, you know, it's M-U-R-E or L, so, you know, I could just do a process of elimination. There we go. Oh, and I could have done it by looking at this, because M is 40, so we know it cannot be M. Right. Next we are looking at squiggle, which I know, which is 30. Is that going to make Leicester one of the 30? Well, yes, I get that it is totaled up, but to make 346, I think 6 was going to be part of the letters that we had there. I suppose that's not exactly true, because it could have been 5 and 1, but Alright, okay. So we are trying a 30. We do not have 30. So it could be one of these. Presumably that is L, so it's not L. It's not E. So it could be S or T, if this is an actual 30. It's not. Okay. So Leicester adds up to that, but does not contain that. Right to left. Instead of left to right. Aha! L-E-S-T-E. No, because that is not enough numbers to have that exactly. Five. Yeah. Alright, Well, let's skip that one for right now, because so that is 9. So do we have a 9 value? No. We have that. So that is E. Because it is backwards, as we said. And view, that is R. Alright. It's just you two that I am messing up with. And I'm looking at... Right, U at the end there. Which is L, I guess. No. No, because I clicked on the wrong one. I was looking... Right, there we go. And then U, so that's M at the beginning. Right.
Excellent. Now, on to the next step.
Lemon entry. Thank you very much. Something that is equate to do English letters. This is TS. Well, there we go. Okay, so now I need Joseph Levy. Born in Aldgate, 1841. Membership, April 14th, 1887. Home address, 36 Middlesex Street, Aldgate. Russian, self-employed poacher at 1 Hutchin Street, Aldgate. Dues, 10 shillings, 6 pence, April 14th, 1887. 16 shillings, April 15th, 1888. Well, we knew it was in Middlesex Street because that's where the proceedings of judgment came from.
Here we are. I have the address of this Joseph Hyam Levy, 36 Middlesex Street. Now, let's try to get out of here without being seen.
I would love to. Oh, I'm not going to be able to come out the way I came in, am I? That's why I had to... It was saying, you need to distract the guard. Oh, I can pick these things up now. How great. Phew, all of my gaming instincts.
Blast! My exit has been sealed off. The barrel was replaced. I'll have to find another way.
Uh-huh. No lemon entry for us anymore. Alright. Let's see if we can... No. Oh, that surprises me. Alright, I know what I can do. Let me set fire to all this coal. That will provide a great exit. No? Can I...
Blast! My exit has been
yeah.
sealed off. The barrel was replaced. I'll have to find another way.
I was going to try and pull it over by putting the hook in the barrel and then attaching the rope to it and then pulling it with all my might, possibly with the aid of a bucket. Alright. Oh, can I go out this window?
I can't get out through the window. It's blocked and appears to be reinforced. I'll have to find another way out. Closed.
Am I meant to try and open it? I mean, it's very different looking to these doors.
The kitchen. It's closed, and besides, I won't find what I'm looking for in there.
Can I get out this window, or is it also reinforced?
I can't get out through the window.
Yeah.
It's blocked and appears to be reinforced. I'll have to find another way out.
Oh, something on top. I'm stealing a candle.
This may come in handy.
Alright. Why have I got a candle? What an odd collection of items that I do not see a use for right now. I mean, if I do this, you're going to tell me no.
No, that's not a good idea. The watchman is still there. I must find a way to get him to leave his post.
So do I want to dangle something out of a window? Ah. A collection of cans. Yep, I've got a candlestick. And next... Alright, so I've got pockets in the cans. Then I can... No? Do I also need to put this in the bucket? No. Buckets and tin cans. Okay, so that is... You know, that's gonna Am I going to balance it on a door so that it makes a lot of noise when they come out?
Closed.
Well,
Closed.
let's just use every object.
Closed.
There's traditional...
Closed. Closed.
Because I am not seeing... Snail. Am I missing something down here? I don't think so. I mean, do I put the bucket
Blast!
there? No.
My exit has been
'Cause they
sealed
don't-
off. The barrel was replaced. I'll have to find another way.
No, nothing on the stairs? Nope. Okay. There's those windows. Oh. Not trying to break in there, am I? I don't think so. Oh, well, there's a drawer with a mysteriously golden handle for some reason. The puzzles are easy. Leaving the room is hard. Yeah. I mean, if I was Sherlock, I would just run out the front door.
No, that's not such a good idea. There's a meeting taking place.
I know, I just wondered if I could set up some sort of device. Am I trying?
The kitchen. It's closed, and besides, I won't find what I'm looking for in there. No, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, I get
the
that.
watchman is still there. I must find a way to get him to leave his post.
I mean, the only thing I can think of to get him to leave his post is if we use this window. You know, I throw something out on the street and then pull it along or something to make lots of noise outside the street. But
Blast! My
I
exit
just
has
keep
been
getting that, so that's obviously not it. Wow, I am very reluctant. I mean, there's only a limited number of places I can go. As reluctant as I am to say, give me a hint. Maybe I am going to say that? Oh, wait, I've missed something.
I need something.
Alright. So I can tie the rope around here. So then I put the bucket here, I assume.
I need something.
No? Candlestick?
I need something.
So I'm just putting everything here.
I need something. I need something.
Oh, I've still got the other end of the rope.
I need something. I need something. I need something.
Alright, okay. Let me back myself into this corner of the room. Right, there's a door. Oh, am I trying to tie that to that?
Closed.
Nope, can't do that with a...
Closed.
Alright, so I have dangled a rope. Is it coming down here? Oh, right. Okay, so I get the rope goes over the candlestick. I assume. I set the candlestick on fire. Then the rope will burn through and something will fall on the floor in there? He might need something. Yes, you are correct. This doesn't seem right. I've still got the rope in my inventory. I've done that. I must have done that, right?
I need something.
I mean, no, I can't. I can't have the guy come and investigate this. Here, because that would defeat the object. because he would come into the room where I am.
I need something.
No, I definitely can't. What kind of Rube Goldberg machine are we building here? Alright, well, there you are.
Closed. Closed.
Yes.
Closed.
Yep, you're going to tell me you're closed once more?
Closed.
Yep, okay, fine. Is there anything overhead? Oh, there is. Never look up.
I need something.
Alright, is that where we suspend?
I need something.
Nope. Is that where the rope
I
goes?
need something.
Nope. Hook. Never before have I seen an object change from one thing to another so blatantly. The hint would be, are you a gamer? Yeah. That might have got me to look
I need
up.
something.
Oh, and it's not hanging that. Oh, it's the rope first of all. You know, Holmes, there are less drastic things you could do than commit suicide in order to escape a synagogue. Alright, so I like this. This does this. The noise is sounded. The guard comes to investigate. Does he come out of this door, does he? Okay.
Now let's quickly hide in administration.
No, that door is just a red herring. Okay. Oh no, somebody's knocked over our our bucket of cans. I must go to investigate. Now I will simply leave here after they have seen my amazing device.
Let's visit Joseph Levy at 36 Middlesex Street.
Alright, and you are in the area. 36 Middlesex Street, Aldgate. I did not know there was a Middlesex Street in Aldgate. That must be confusing, because I think Aldgate is also within the county of Middlesex. So 36 Middlesex Street, Aldgate, Middlesex.
Here I am in Middlesex Street. Let's find number 36.
Well... Oh, hey!
I have nothing to ask.
Oh, you're not going to ask, do you want to be a Beta Street regular? Alright, well there's 36. Unless that young boy has been playing and moved all the numbers around. No, apparently not.
Hello, sir. What do you want?
Hello, Ma'am. I would like to speak with Mr. Levy. Do you know if he's in?
I am Mrs. Levy, his wife. He's not arrived yet.
Do you know when he'll be in?
No idea. You know, he works at the butcher's and helps at the slaughterhouse. It often happens that he doesn't come in until early morning and then leaves right away.
Well, listen. As soon as your husband Joseph returns, tell him that...
My husband isn't called Joseph.
You aren't the wife of Joseph Hyam Levy?
No, of course not. I'm the wife of Jacob Levy. Mr. Hyam Levy used to live here with his parents, but he moved.
Mommy, who's the man that you are talking to?
But this poor child has syphilis. He carries the mark on his face.
Leave us, children. Go back inside with your brothers and sisters.
Dun
Yes,
dun
Mother.
dun!
As I was saying, Mr. Hyam Levy doesn't live here. He works in a butcher's near Aldgate, but I don't know exactly where. But if you find him, he will surely live next door. Butchers always live near their work.
Could you possibly give him a message on my behalf?
I don't see him often, and, well, even though we know him, we aren't on friendly terms, you see?
Is he bothering you, Mommy?
No, Simon, not at all.
It's a handsome boy you have. It's strange that he has light hair.
He takes after his father. Strong, with light hair.
Wait, he sounds familiar to me. A man of about 50 years old, very big, at least 6 feet tall, and left-handed, correct?
You are mistaken yet again. My husband is only 32 years old, no taller than 5'3", and he's right-handed.
Obviously,
Oh,
there
what
are
a
many
way.
levies in the area. I will leave you, and I pray that you will excuse the disturbance. Perhaps we will have the pleasure of meeting again. Farewell, ma'am.
Perhaps
Goodbye,
at the
sir.
trial of your husband, when he is tried for being Jack the Ripper.
Daddy!
Who was
I
that
must return to Baker
gentleman?
Street.
Oh no, you're not.
Let's go to Baker Street.
Alright, we will return to Baker Street in just a moment. But, unfortunately, something has come up here that I must deal with immediately, so real world concerns. You enjoy this lovely map of London. I would alt-tab out and bring up my ultra-professional stream will be back soon message, but with this particular game, I think it would crash on me. So, enjoy the map. Well, sorry about that. Delays to the beginning of the stream? No, I did not die. And neither did Sherlock, neither did Jack the Ripper. Well, our suspect there. Delays to the beginning of the streams, interruptions to the middle of the stream. Let's see how I can mess up the end of the stream, eh? Sorry for making you all sit through
Well,
that.
Watson, not looking so good.
Whose fault is that, Holmes? If you hadn't shown me your masterpiece in clay.
Exactly.
Some actions have much larger repercussions than would be assumed at first glance. Listen, Watson, in a few minutes I will leave Baker Street in order to meet Jack the Ripper and put an end to his crimes. Beforehand, I want to go over all our discoveries to assure myself that everything is clear.
Jack the Ripper? You know the identity of Jack the Ripper?
Without a shadow of a doubt, Watson, and I assure you that we are in possession of all the elements required to determine who Jack the Ripper is. Would you like to do this work with me?
I already know it.
We are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
I was going to say, I know who Jack the Ripper is because I am Sherlock Holmes. But you, Watson, do not know, so perhaps you could just go over all of this information to work it out, and pretend you were as smart as I. J. Kelly's heart was removed the same way as the other murders. J. Kelly's lungs were subject to incisions. Many of J. Kelly's organs were detached. Why have we not got string here? Oh, we haven't had string for any of these, apparently. Oh, look! There are deductions I haven't made over here. Mr. J. Kelly... Well, sorry, M.J. Kelly, not Mr. had her throat slit the same way as that of other victims. The Whitechapel killer had the time to kill L. Strides and C. Eddowes. Alright, well, what can we deduce from A. Chapman was holding an envelope in her hand and C. Eddowes had a thimble in her hand? The Ripper offered a gift to each of the victims. Victim diverted the attentions. The victims knew each other and had things in common. Well, either they diverted the attention of the victims, or they knew each other and had things in common. I think they probably diverted the attention before killing them. There we go. Aha! Okay, so if they diverted the attention, Sierra's killer's unfeeling and unorganized. Chapman was partially strangled, and then so he or Ripper is probably strong. Chapman's murder took place on the premises, so they had access to the place. Chapman's murder is unfeeling and organized too. Whitechapel killer proceeds the same way. The Whitechapel killer may have an accompaniment. The Whitechapel killer exhorts his victims. Proceeds in the same way. Aha! Which leads us to... okay. C. Eddowes and L. Stride's murder may be one and the same. The Whitechapel killer had the time to kill L. Stride and C. Eddowes, so it's the same man. And then the Whitechapel killer proceeded in the same way. So what are we going to have here? It is the same man, okay. And we come to the conclusion that it's the same man, it's the same man, they're a strong man, they're a strong man. So, Jack the Ripper possesses great physical force. He's a corpulent man or a tall man. He possesses great physical force. There we go, physical force, and it's the same person who killed them and had her throat slit the same way as the other victims. Must lead us to the conclusion. Jack the Ripper definitely killed P. Nichols, A. Chapman, L. Stride, C. Eddowes, and M.J. Kelly. Alright. Basically, he killed all the people who he suspected of. M.J. Kelly's murder has a knowledge of anatomy. Alright, well, putting together that the same butcher's knife was used in all the cases. C. Meadows' murderer has new anatomy, who opened like that of an animal and has a knowledge of anatomy, must be a butcher. Is or was a butcher. Aha, yes. M.J. Kelly's lungs were subject to incisions. M.J. Kelly's organs were detached, and C. Eddowes' liver and lungs underwent small incisions. So, the killer wanted to verify the health of his victims. That makes sense, because they were trying to check that they were all okay. Kelly's heart was removed the same way as the other murders. Chapman's uterus was removed. Edo's kidney and uterus was removed. Victims had such a default. Removed the victim's organs when he could. The victim lost the organs of some of his victims when he examined them. Was he making them pure? Did they each have a deformity? No. So he removed the victim's organs where he could, to keep them, for reasons unknown at the moment. Nudes on C. Edo's neck revealed that the murderer is right-handed. Alright. Right. The murderer searched C. Edo's, and the murderer searched A. Chapman. Which means the murderer was looking for something that the victim stole from him. Money or objects of value. Well, there was money left out before, so something the victim stole from him? No. I mean, I thought it might be something that he had given them as he was visiting prostitutes, rather than stolen. So it was looking for money or objects of value, but I could have sworn there was one where money was left. Obviously not. So the rings were worthless. So the Whitechapel killer is poor because they were taking money, killing people for money. The wounds on C. Edo's neck reveal that the murderer is right-handed. What are you doing, game? Could be right or left-handed. Must be right-handed. Is right-handed. Is right-handed. Is right-handed. So do we come to the conclusion from this that Jack the Ripper is right-handed? Alright, well, yet another famous Sherlock deduction. Using his voted intellect, nobody else could have come to that conclusion. Syphilis deforms face. Whitechapel killer left a message accusing the Jews on Gorson Street. So you have a Barney with the Jews. See Edo's piece of paper was found in Gorson Street, near a message accusing the Jews. MJ Kelly was disfigured. Alright, let's look at the top one. Found near the Jews, found near the Jews. So, the Jack the Ripper has scored a settle with the Jewish community, presumably because that is the person who got them kicked out of the butcher's place. Syphilis deforms the patient's face. MJ Kelly was disfigured. And C. Widow's cheeks were slashed to become thinner. Jack the Ripper wanted to give his victims the appearance of syphilis. That is indeed what it is. And be sinister. Could be. Alright. Jack the Ripper wants us to compare him to a terminal illness. Jack the Ripper seems like he suffers from syphilis. Oh, was he confronted with syphilis?
Perfect, Watson. Let's determine who Jack the Ripper is, Watson.
Alright, so, I mean, the butcher had a kid who has syphilis. Are we saying his wife stepped out on him?
Let's determine who Jack the Ripper is, Watson.
Why did we walk over here? Oh no, game. Oh, okay. Wow, that I could not walk forwards there. Huh, interesting. Alright. Well, I suspect I will never try and talk to you again, Watson, then, if that is what happens when I try and talk to you. I walk to my room and then am blocked by an invisible wall of some description. Let us instead look at this perfectly set up for our height deduction board.
Thus, we have 5 suspects. Let's add the elements that correspond to each of them.
Alright. All of these are right-handed. Okay, Jack the Ripper was confronted with syphilis. We know that happened to Jacob Levy. Oh. Oh, you have added those already. Thank you. Oh, that is... Pushing down to make it go up is weird. Thanks. Right, the murderer has light-coloured slash and hair. We know that. The murderer is 5'3". We know that. Lives in the Waterfall Gate. We know that. And they have workman's clothes. And I don't know that you possess great physical strength, but I assume you do. You had a score to settle with the Jewish community. And you are or were a butcher. And you are poor. Now look, you are all of those. Alright, James Hardiman was confronted with syphilis. You are poor. You are or were a butcher. You don't have a score to settle with the... If I do this, does it... Right, no it doesn't. Good. Okay. I was just checking it wasn't going to just make everything green. Okay, so you are not have a score to settle with the Jewish community. You deal with them. I do not think you have a great physical force. I might be biased here. That is true. But you know, I don't think Tumblety was confronted with syphilis. Walter Sickert. Is that the artist? Abraham Solovich. Jack the Ripper is right-handed. Right, okay, so let's scroll up. I do not think any of the others who were here were confronted with syphilis. The killer is poor. I don't know if you're poor or not. I'm going to say you are. But the doctor and the artist are not. So I think that's those. Whitechapel Killer is or was a butcher. None of the rest of those are butchers. Jack the Ripper has a score to settle with the Jewish community. I don't think any of those do. Possesses great physical strength. You have physical strength. I'm not... Cobbler might have physical strength. I would suspect they have more ambidexterity. Yeah. You? No, okay, fine. The murderer has workman's clothes. Well, you have workman's clothes. You don't? Oh, okay, alright. If we're not considering a cobbler a workman, fine. I don't think any of the rest of them live in the Waterfall Gate. I don't know who is 5'3" tall. So I'm just going to add this to everything and see what happens here. Right, that's fine. The murderer has light-coloured hair and moustache. Well, there's only one that could be. So obviously I have missed something. Let's determine the 5 principal suspects is presented at the top of the screen, an icon showing the faces. You must decide by playing them between 1 and 10 cards, move a card, just attack. Place identified by green. Otherwise it's red. Once all of the cards are assigned to the correct suspects, that is to say once they are all green, you must place the face of Jack the Ripper on the mannequin to the left. What mannequin? Is poor. Is poor. Right, but I can't do those ones because they're not poor. So I think I have done it? Is there more that I can't... Was confronted with syphilis. I don't think any of you were confronted with syphilis. I can't even put that here. Oh, you have already been there, done that. Yeah, see? So, right now, I'm just going to go through all of these, and none of these are or were a butcher. Oh, you were a butcher? I thought you were just a cobbler. Alright, okay, so one person has 1. Presumably this one. One person has 2. Presumably this one. One person has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. One person has 6. Alright, presumably you are 5 and you are 6. Oh, you have workman's clothes. You do not have workman's clothes. Do you guys live in the ward of Aldgate? Because I don't think you do. No. Are you 5'3"? Let's just double check. No, none of those are. I mean, you do not have light coloured hair and a mustache. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I mean, we've done this one already, right? Yeah. You both are or were butchers. I mean, that doesn't match up. Really? What? And that's only 4. You lied to me. You lied to me. It's 1, 2, 4, 5. This is skipping one of the clues. What is the clue it is skipping? I mean, Abraham Solonovich has a score to settle with the Jewish community. Really? Really? How? Why? What did I miss there? Hyder and Solomon live in Aldgate, according to the walkthrough. I really didn't think they did, but okay. Now, your face!
And there you go, Watson. Jacob Levy, Jack the Ripper.
Fantastic, Holmes. And terrifying. But
They
some
done and
aspects
don't.
of this case
That's
are still
great.
unclear, at least for me.
For example, Watson?
Why does the man only kill prostitutes?
The man kills prostitutes because he blames them for the misery of his life. He must have frequented them assiduously, and during these nocturnal visits, he contracted syphilis, which he passed on to his spouse, and via her, at least one of his children.
Mm-hmm.
He is an angry man in despair following a mistake that cannot be fixed.
Why does he only kill such miserable prostitutes?
He never had the means to afford prostitutes of higher standing than Nichols, Chapman and the others. At one point in his life he was forced to steal to make ends meet. This indiscretion cost him dearly. He was imprisoned and exiled from his community. He had frequented low-class prostitutes, thus it was they who infected him and they who must pay.
But why did he remove the organs?
To take vengeance on his own community, which rejected him and had more success than he. He is a man who bore the burden of a sinister reputation, that of a thief and a madman, because of his internment. So he took his vengeance in the most cowardly and horrific manner imaginable. He rubbed his knife on the uterus of a sick prostitute before using it. He passed Edow's kidney off as a veal kidney.
Why did he disfigure the faces of the last 2 victims?
Revenge yet again, Watson. This is what you did to my child. You will suffer the same fate.
And the piece of apron and the message at Goulston Street?
The only reason to have placed the piece of apron incriminating the message and attracting attention towards himself is that the people that Levy holds responsible for his arrest live in this building. The butcher's where he committed the theft is found in Goulston Street, and the majority of the butchers who denounced him surely live close to their workplaces.
But finally, Holmes, why didn't his wife or anyone else notice anything?
His wife has many children and must be very busy. The man is a butcher, which must facilitate things when one is questioned by the police in the street and must justify the bloodstains on oneself. Furthermore, butchers often work during the night as the meat must be sold fresh each morning. His nocturnal absences were easily justifiable. Finally, he works in the butchers or slaughterhouses. Nothing could be more simple than slipping a kidney in here and using a knife soiled with human blood there.
This story is frightful, Holmes.
Indeed, Watson. Lies, infidelity, venereal disease, murder, mutilation, and finally cannibalism. A complete anthology of what humans at their most vile are capable.
Let's go at once to Whitechapel and put this madman where he can do no more harm, Holmes.
Let's, Watson.
Why are we going to Whitechapel? There we go. I was going to say, I didn't think we were going to Whitechapel. Also, is it cannibalism if you eat human meat without knowing it is human meat? I guess possibly, technically? Ah, there you are, Watson. I'm not talking to you in case you bug out again. Aha! And you are the 5 people who...
I do believe we are not alone. I hope these men won't prevent us from passing.
Nope.
Me? No. But you, yes, Watson. Your journey ends here tonight.
Pardon?
You're sometimes a little hot-headed. And moreover, Mr. Solomonovich has a few things to tell you. I won't be long.
Are you going to butcher him in there, Holmes?
You can come in, Mr. Holmes. He's waiting for you inside. Everything was organized according to your instructions. I don't know how to thank you.
Later. Dr. Watson is awaiting
Indeed.
an explanation from you.
Technically correct. The best kind of correct. No, no sound? Okay. Uh-huh. No. So you're gonna kill yourself? No? Why did you move the chair backwards? He's showing you how it happened. Alright, okay. You left him with a knife when confronting him. So he killed and then cried over the things he had done. Alright, interesting. Is this meant to be Holmes telling him what is going on? Rather than him acting them out for him. We are in Holmes' mind palace while he tells everybody what is going on. No? Well, okay. That was an ending.
Hello, Watson.
Holmes, have you the slightest idea what you are doing?
I think so, Watson.
Leaving this bloodthirsty pervert at liberty and hiding his existence from the London police? What folly!
Certainly, the police will never find their man, but with so many men deployed, this affair will indirectly have a benevolent effect on the crime in the vicinity.
But Holmes, wait! Justice hasn't been served, and we are accomplices to the fact.
Justice? But I don't serve justice, Watson. I serve truth. And, incidentally, I serve my country.
No, you
and
don't.
I don't think that I have ever served it better than today.
You
Imagine
serve
if
justice.
After months of terror and a murder as abominable as that of Miller's Court, we deliver to the English people a man of the Jewish faith, a journeyman and head of family as the guilty party. A man who forced members of his own people to eat human flesh. All of this contained tension would have exploded in a myriad of anti-Semitic acts which would have thrown Whitechapel into a rage of fire and blood. And this man's family, who are completely innocent and have suffered more than their lot, would have been the first in the line of sight. Should we condemn an entire people to shame and promise them 1,000 wounds because one of their members committed an unmentionable crime? Neither I nor you have the right to do so. Jacob Levy, Jack the Ripper, is now in the hands of his own people. I have complete faith in Mr. Solomovich and the members of his community who, I remind you, courageously helped us. They took great risks and acted with the most salutary discretion. And, oh yes, it is understood that you cannot chronicle this investigation. It would be best to invent a story that takes us far from London during the somber period, in pursuit of, let's see, something challenging. A ghostly dog that glows in the night.
God damn it.
Don't be ridiculous, Holmes. But what will happen now? The police will endure a serious setback and a real loss of credibility. And this man?
Well, a few months after the murders have ceased, the police commission, finding themselves at an impasse, will come up with a story to tell, and everyone will vow that they know the secret identity of the killer without having the right to reveal it. As for Jacob Levy, Jack the Ripper, he will be imprisoned by his own people. He will pace like a lion in its cage until the end of his days, haunted by his crimes and his insatiable vengeance, until finally the disease which drove him to kill those poor women will finish its work and make him its final victim.
The murder of Mary Jane Kelly was Jack the Ripper's last crime. July 29, 1991, Jacob Levy died of a general paralysis caused by syphilis. The same year, 1891, the police filed away the case for good, without explanation. For the general public, the mystery remained unsolved. Jack the Ripper's shadow roams forever in Whitechapel's alleys. And there we go, that's the end of the game. Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. I have to take issue with that bit at the end. Sherlock Holmes serves justice, not truth. His stories are replete with examples of where justice was done, but the police did not catch the killers. Because that is what Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson deemed to be justice in that instance. Ugh. Well, thank you, Frogware, for making this game all the same, even if I disagree with the assessment at the end. And to read off the thing that Richard has generously supplied us here in the chat, I presume from Wikipedia? Maybe from a more reliable source, but here we have Jacob Levy is rarely mentioned as a serious Ripper suspect, yet fitted the eyewitness descriptions of the young, short, stout suspect. As a butcher, he was skilled with a knife, and having contracted syphilis, was undoubtedly familiar with the local prostitutes. He was familiar with the local area and may have been the city police suspect Detective Constable Robert Sagar referred to when he said, "We had good reason to suspect a man who worked in Butcher's Row, Aldgate. Watched him carefully, and there's no doubt that this man was insane, and after a time his friends thought it was advisable to have him removed to a private asylum. After he was removed, there were no more Ripper atrocities." So, thank you very much for that addition to our stream with the historical context for us. And here we have all of the credits telling us the things that people might have done, but as in French instead. Ah, let us see. Who did the voices? Oh, we'll never know who did the individual voices, unfortunately. Just a list of the people who did voices. So 8 people to do all of those characters in English. Nine people in French. And there we go. Look at all these beta testers they had. Somebody called Dad Guy, for instance. I mean, I'm not going to say, wow, what reputable testers they had, but, you know, doesn't seem like a professional operation. I'm certain all the people did as best they could, and I didn't come across any major bugs, apart from the mysterious doors. I would like to thank our fans, our players. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. Oh, wow, and then a bunch of other people. Wow. Characters' events in this game are based on one of the many theories of who Jack the Ripper really was. This game is based on theory rather than fact. The views expressed in this game are not those of its developer, publisher, manufacturer, any licensee or licensor, any person involved with the game. No representation or warranty is given concerning the accuracy of any information in this game. My word, you mean Sherlock Holmes might not have been able to teleport through doors that were closed and open at the same time? My god, this changes the game. Well. See, I can mess up the ending of today by ending early. Early, as I said there, yes. Are we going to get some final credit scene, or are you just going to stay on a black screen? Right, you're not even going to kick me back to the main menu. Alright, I have to click a button to go back. Alright, well, there we go. Now, indeed, I do need a new point-and-click game for Point-and-Click Sunday, but that is on Sunday, which is many days away. I have ample time to go through my many point-and-click games to see which ones I have. I like how absolutely none of the pictures here represent the art of the characters in the game. Sherlock does not look like that. I don't think Watson, that is not a particularly Watsonian portrait of the character in the game. And nor do we meet a policeman who looks that sort of stern and moustachy. Still, there we go. And the Ripper is in a top hat and cape, which, as we deduced the clues, they were in working men's clothes. So, wow. Yet more subversions. Still, there we go. Well, let us end this today, shall we? By saying thank you all so very much for being here with me. Whether you are here now, live and in person, or later on in the VOD, I do appreciate you have spent some of your limited time here with me. We will be picking up again tomorrow, where we'll be continuing with our Alien gameplay. Oh, damn. I remember what I was going to say at the beginning of this thing, but I didn't because it was rushed. I was going to say, this game contains as much Alien as it did in our last stream. There we go. Never mind. Yes, different to what Alan Moore thought, but Alan Moore's book was more on... It wasn't about catching the Ripper. It was about the drudgery of trying to catch the killer, and the toll it took on the people, rather than the slick Hollywood film that was made where it was all about catching the killer and getting it right and having some Heather Graham looking beautiful when the prostitutes in this were absolutely not that. But yes, I do recommend Alan Moore's book, all the same, or graphic novel, or whatever we want to call it. It is indeed an interesting study into Jack the Ripper and the people surrounding it. But still, as I said, thank you all so very much for being here. Picking up tomorrow with more Alien Isolation. But until then, I have been Richard. And this has been LMTDTMFFR. Or, say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And you all have fun now.